Okay, so while waiting for the others to join, good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay, good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
You are
I am
fine?
okay.
You are okay? Okay, so we're going to start with our science subject. Okay, so for our science subject, let's first have our review from our past topic last meeting, which is about nutrients and energy from the food that we eat. Okay, so we have learned how to calculate how many calories or energy do we get from the food that we eat. Okay, so for today, our topic is about the digestive system. Okay, so we're going to move on with the digestive system. Okay, so we're going to learn about the organs that form the digestive system and what is the function of the digestive system. Okay, and why is it important to our body? Okay, so let's proceed to our vocabularies for today. So teacher will read first and then you can follow. Okay. Okay, so we have vocabulary number 1. We have the word digestion.
Digestion.
Very good. Number 2, we have the word intestines.
Intestine.
Very good. Number 3, we have the word stomach.
Stomach.
Very good. Number 4, we have the salivary glands.
Salivary gland.
Okay. Salivary glands.
Salivary gland.
Very good. Oh, sorry. Stomach is repeated. We can delete that. Okay. So number 5, we have esophagus.
Esophagus.
Esophagus. Okay. So these are our vocabularies for today that we will encounter during our discussion. Okay. So we have digestion, intestines, stomach, salivary glands, and esophagus. Okay, so let's proceed to our discussion. So we have here the digestive system. So what is the function of the digestive system? The digestive system breaks down food into smaller pieces for its nutrients to enter the blood. When nutrients are in the blood, the circulatory system takes them to all parts of the body, making the body to grow and stay healthy. Okay, so the digestive system, this is the system that breaks down food into smaller pieces to distribute the nutrients from the food into our blood so that the nutrients will go to our body. Okay, so what are the organs that forms the digestive system? So what are the organs that forms the digestive system? We have, okay, so first let's have the warm-up activity on your workbook on page 49 of your workbook, page 49. Label the organs and answer the question. So we're going to label the organs that forms the digestive system and we're going to answer these questions. Okay, so we have the first one. What organ is this? What organ is this? It is the, okay, so this organ is the mouth. Okay, so how do we spell mouth? M-O-U-T-H. So you're going to write it on the box provided. Okay, so next one is we have this one. Okay, so this one is the esophagus. And the next one, we have this organ. It is called the stomach. Stomach. And next we have the small here, the intestines. Okay, so we call this one the small intestines. Okay, and this one for the bigger intestines, we call this one the large intestines. Okay, and we have the question number 1. Question number 1, which organ breaks down carbohydrates? Okay, so it is asking for the organ that breaks down carbohydrates. Okay, so we have the salivary glands. Okay, salivary glands, these are found in our mouth. Okay, so they are the ones who breaks down carbohydrates. Okay, and number 2 question, which organ breaks down pork? So it is asking for the organ that breaks down pork or proteins. Okay, so the answer here is stomach. Stomach breaks down proteins. Okay, so let's proceed to our discussion. Okay, so we will continue. So what are the organs that form the digestive system? Okay, so the organs that forms the digestive systems are mouth, esophagus, pancreas, liver, stomach, large intestines, small intestine, and the anus. Okay, so what are the functions of these organs in the digestive systems? Okay, so how does they work? How do these organs work? Okay, so we have here the organs of digestive system and their functions. So we will only focus on these 6 organs in the digestive system, which are important. Okay, so the organs are the mouth. So what is the function of the mouth in the digestive system? Okay, so we have here the teeth chew and crush food into smaller pieces as the tongue moves around the mouth before passing it to the esophagus. Salivary glands make saliva that has amylase to digest carbohydrates to get sugar. Okay, so this is the function of our mouth. The mouth is the organ that crushes the food into smaller pieces before it moves on to our esophagus. Okay, so esophagus, the function of esophagus is swallowing pushes food through the pharynx to the esophagus. The esophagus squeezes and expands to push food into the stomach. Okay, so the main function of esophagus is to push the food through the stomach. Okay, so let's move on to the 3rd organ, which is the stomach. Okay, stomach, it makes pepsin to digest proteins. It squeezes and expands to churn and mix food with enzymes. After some time, the mixed food is sent to the small intestines. Okay, so the function of the stomach is to digest proteins. Okay, so the stomach squeezes and expands to churn and mix food with the enzymes. Okay, so our stomach contains enzymes that helps the food to digest, okay, especially in digesting the proteins before it sends to the small intestines. Okay, so the small intestine, it uses its enzymes together with enzymes from the pancreas and bile from gallbladder to digest all kinds of food into the smallest pieces possible. All nutrients in the digested food are absorbed into the blood and sent to the other parts of the body. The undigested food is sent to the large intestine. Okay, so small intestine, the main function of this one is to digest all kinds of food. Okay, so the remaining food that are not digested, or the remaining nutrients that are not digested by the mouth and the stomach, or the small intestines will be the one to digest it. Okay, and it is the organ that helps the food to be absorbed in the blood. Okay, so the large intestine, it absorbs water, minerals, and vitamins into the body and pushes the food waste into the rectum. It does not digest any food. Okay, so the function of large intestine is to absorb the water and minerals and vitamins to the body. Okay, and then the remaining, which is what we call the food waste. Okay, so this is the work of the anus. Okay, so food waste comes out from the body as feces through the anus. Okay, so when function of the anus is to remove the food waste from our body. So it means it is where we are pooping. Okay, the food waste is what we call our poop. Okay, so that's the function of the digestive or the organs that forms the digestive system. So from the mouth to esophagus to the stomach to small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Okay, so it is very important to have these organs in our body because this helps us to break down the nutrients that our body needs and to clean our body. Okay, so let's proceed to the next one, which is the digestion of food and absorption of nutrients. Okay, so digestion is the breakdown of food into smaller parts of the body, can absorb and use for energy. There are two types of digestions. Okay, so digestions is the breakdown of food into smaller parts that the body can absorb and be used for energy. Okay, so what are the two types of digestions? Okay, number one, we have the mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion is breaking down food into smaller pieces without enzymes. For example, biting, chewing, and crushing food in the mouth, or churning and mixing food in the stomach. Mechanical digestion does not make food small enough to be absorbed by the body. Okay, so next is we have the chemical digestion. Chemical digestion is breaking down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats with enzymes into smaller pieces that the body can take up. The vitamins, minerals, and waters are absorbed into the body directly. Okay, so chemical digestion, it is the use of the enzymes from the organs like in the mouth and the small intestines and in the stomach. Okay, so it is the use of chemical from our body, okay, or the enzymes. Okay, so let's proceed to the next one, which is about how do we care for our digestive system. The digestive system has many organs working together to break down food and take up nutrients into the body. We should care for our digestive system to make it work well and avoid disease. Examples of digestive system diseases are gastritis, irritable bowel syndrome, gastroesophageal reflux disease, diarrhea, pancreatitis, and cholecystitis. Okay, so we have to care for our digestive system. Okay, so we have to take care. Okay, let's not neglect our digestive system because our digestive system is very important. Okay, so to care for our digestive system, we have eating clean and freshly cooked food. Okay, so we have to eat clean and freshly cooked food. Okay, so examples here are vegetables, fruits. Okay, avoid eating the unhealthy foods like the thing that we buy in the fast food chains. Okay, number two, we have eating foods high in fiber. Example, vegetables and fruits. Number three, eating on time and eating 3 meals each day. 4. Avoid foods that are too sweet, too salty, or too sour. 5. Exercising regularly. 6. Not smoking or drinking alcohol. Number 7. Drinking at least 6 to 8 glasses of water or enough water to feed the body daily. Okay, so these are some of the notes that we need to avoid or to take care of our digestive system to avoid some diseases. Okay, so we have to eat healthily, we have to eat on time or have the 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, avoid eating too much sweet, too salty, and too sour food. We have to exercise regularly, do not smoke or drink alcohol, and at least drink water every day, okay? And eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, okay? So we have here some science facts about dietary fibers, okay? Dietary fibers are carbohydrates that cannot be broken down by enzymes in the body. They are in vegetables, fruits, and nuts. When they absorb water, they become sticky and move food waste in the large intestines. So it is easier to pass out feces. Also, they lower cholesterol and sugar in the blood. Okay, stop swollen of veins and in the anus and lower chance of getting colon cancer. Okay, so dietary fibers, these are the foods that helps us clean our body like vegetables, fruits, and nuts. Okay, so let's proceed to our exercise on page 58 of your workbook. Okay, so please open your workbook on page 58. Okay, so we have here exercise number 1. We have the instruction, complete the table by labeling the organs and their functions and then answer the question. So we're going to label this one and then we're going to answer the box here. We're going to fill out the box here with the organs and their functions. So we have number 1, we have the mouth. And the second organ is we have the esophagus. Third organ is we have the stomach. Number 4 is we have the small intestine. Okay, number 5, we have the large intestine. And number 6 is the anus. Okay, so these are the organs of the digestive system. So we're going to write the function. Okay, so what is the function of the mouth? Okay, so the function of the mouth is to crush food into smaller pieces. Okay, next organ is we have the esophagus. What is the function of the esophagus? Okay, esophagus pushes food into the stomach. Okay, so that's the function of esophagus. Okay, next is we have the stomach. Stomach digests proteins. So that is the function of stomach. Next is the small intestine. Small intestine, the function is digest all kinds of food. Next organ, we have the large intestine. The function is to absorb water, minerals, and vitamins. And the last one, last organ, we have the anus. Okay, the function is food waste comes out through the anus. Okay, so to remove the food waste in our body. Okay, so we have here question number 1. In which organ do most nutrients enter the blood? Okay, so we have the small intestine. Okay, so it is in the small intestine. It is the organ that do the work that absorbs most nutrients into the blood. And question number 2, which organs digest food and what types of food do they digest? Okay, so we have the stomach digest proteins, salivary glands digest carbohydrates, and small intestines digest all types of food. So these are the organs. We have stomach, salivary glands, and small intestines. Okay, and the types of food that they digest in the stomach, it's protein, salivary glands, carbohydrates, and small intestines, they digest all types of food. Okay, so let's proceed to page 59. Okay, so for page 59, it will be your homework, okay? Okay, so you're going to summarize what you have learned from this topic, or you can draw the digestive system, okay? Next is on page 60. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Okay, page 60, we have exercise number 1. Okay, complete the diagram to show how food moves in the digestive system. So we're going to write from the start to the end. Okay, so how does the food moves from the digestive system? So first, it passes through the mouth. Next is to the esophagus. Next is to the stomach. After the stomach, it moves to the small intestine. Okay, after small intestine, it moves to large intestine and it moves to the anus. Okay, so that's how our food moves in the digestive system. Okay, exercise number 2. Explain in brief how the digestive system works. So how does the digestive system works? Okay, the mouth grinds the food, then the esophagus pushes to the stomach, then the stomach digests the protein foods, and then the food moves to the small intestine for digestion of other foods. Then it moves to the large intestine. After the large intestine absorbs all the water, vitamins, and minerals, it will become a food waste, which we remove from our body through the anus. Okay, so that's how our digestive system works. Okay, exercise number 3, we have, in which organs will these foods be digested? Complete the table. Okay, so we have food, rice, pork fat, cucumber. So what are the nutrients that we get from this food? So we have for rice, we get carbohydrates. Digestive organs, we have the mouth. Nutrients absorption organ is the salivary glands. Okay, next is pork. The food is pork. We get proteins. Okay, digestive organ is in the stomach. Nutrients absorption organ is in the small intestine. Okay, pork fat. Pork fat, we get fat or oil. Digestive organ, it is in the small intestine. Nutrients absorption organ is in the large intestine. We have cucumber, we get vitamins and minerals. Digestive organs, large intestine, and large intestine for nutrients absorption. Okay, so let's proceed to page 61. We have exercise number 4. Read the text and answer the question. Gastritis is an illness in which the stomach walls become swollen and painful. It happens when the stomach gives out too much acid for digestion, making some of it to break the walls of the stomach. It also happens because of stress, eating unclean food, not eating on time, and eating strong food. Okay, so we have question number 1. What causes gastritis? Okay, being stressed, eating unhealthy food, not eating on time, and eating strong foods can cause gastritis. Okay, so these things are the ones that causes gastritis. So we have number 2, how can we prevent gastritis? We can prevent gastritis by being happy, eating clean or healthy foods, eating not too much of salty and spicy food, and eat on time. Okay, so this is how we prevent gastritis. Okay, so the next activity is on page 62. Okay, page 62, we have here evaluation unit. Okay, so this one is 35 points. Okay, so we have exercise number 1. Answer the following questions. How many kinds of nutrients are there? What are they? Okay, how many kinds of nutrients? There are 5 nutrients. We have carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and minerals, water, and fats. Okay, so these are the nutrients. Okay, which nutrients give us energy? The nutrients that gives energy is carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay, number 3, which nutrients repair damaged tissues in the body? We have vitamins and minerals. And number 4, what are the benefits of vitamins and minerals? What food groups have a lot of them? Okay, good eyesight, strong bones, healthy blood, healthy teeth and muscles. Vitamins have fat soluble and water soluble. Okay, so those are the benefits that we get from vitamins and minerals. Okay, number 2, stick a photo of your favorite food and answer the question. Okay, so this one, you can do this one at home. Stick a photo of your favorite food. What is your favorite food? You take a picture and then you paste it here. And then, this is just an example, okay? What food is it? It is fried chicken and rice. How many nutrients are in it? Okay, so the nutrients are, there are 3 nutrients. What are they? They are carbohydrates, which is the rice, proteins for the chicken, and fats for the oil from the chicken. Does it have all nutrients? No. What does it lack? It lacks vitamins and minerals. Okay, so that's how you're going to do this activity. Okay, and for the last page in our activity today on page 63. Okay, so on page 63, answer the following question. Number 1, which group needs the least nutrients? Children, adults, or the old aged? Why? Okay, so we have children because they are not yet engaged with the activities that adults do. Okay, number 2, which nutrient does the body need the most? From which foods can we get it? Okay, so we have here vitamins and minerals. We get them from fruits and vegetables. Okay, next, number 3. What should we think about when choosing foods? We should think about the benefits or nutrients we can get from the food we're going to eat or buy. Okay, and number 4, give 2 examples of healthy eating. We have always have a balanced food and eat a lot of vegetables. Okay, and number 5, we have here a problem. Wendy, a 15-year-old girl, ate roast pork with rice of 540 calories, pad thai with egg with 577 calories, and chicken and rice with 596 calories in one day. Did she eat enough food to fit her gender and age? Why? Okay, so let's compute first how many calorie or energy does she have in the food that she ate. Okay, so we have here 540 for roast pork and rice, 577 for pad thai with egg, and 596 for chicken and rice. Okay, so the total of energy or calorie from the food she ate for one day is 1,713 calorie or kcal. So, does she eat enough food to fit her gender and age? It is no, because she needs 89 calorie more to get enough calorie that fit her age and gender. Okay, why? Because a 15-year-old teenage girl should get at least 1,800 calorie per day. Okay, so that is for number 5. So, for this next activity on the evaluation, this will be your homework. Okay, on page 64, 65, 66, and 67, it will be your homework. So that's it for today. So we have homework, pages 59 and 64 to 67. Okay, so this is all for today about our topic, digestive system. Thank you, students, for joining teacher today. See you again next week. Okay, have a nice day, everyone, and enjoy your lunch. See you next week. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.